Ladies and gentlemen, the baby that we're here to talk about is this one that you see on my screen, and I don't know how we get here or why we even have to be here. Because, in my opinion, and I want people to understand, I don't want you to get mad and flag the videos down or anything like that, but I am here to basically hopefully encourage people to put more of a focus on their children. We need to protect our children. We need to love our children, shelter our children, watch over our children. We need to be the advocates in our own children's lives. That's really what my channel stands for. I don't know why people tend to get that misconstrued. I don't know why people don't like the fact that this is what my focus is, but I think it's a good focus to have, right? You know, we went all the way to Oklahoma just to meet with a woman from the NAACP in Dear John. Shout out to Dana Brockaway, by the way. And they have a protest for the children tomorrow in Oklahoma for people who want to attend or show up and support that. But I went and met with her because I thought that it was important to hear about how these children are being abducted, they're being abused, and they're being starved, and so many bad things are happening. Families are being broken up. There's a lot of bad things that have been happening to these babies, and all we want to do is see it stop, okay? The subject in this particular story is going to be, we're going to get to that woman here in a minute. That's the biological mom. We're going to get to her here in just a moment. We're here to talk about this baby, and the Philadelphia police are continuing to search for a missing 2-year-old boy, and they say that there are conflicting stories, which is making it difficult to find this baby. You guys hear what I'm saying? I'm going to take a pause for the cause real quick. Miss Niecy, man, do you have your wrench, Miss Niecy? I got to make sure. Yeah, you do have your moderator wrench. You definitely earned it for sure. Said, love for you and the babies. Miss Niecy sent in a $25 super chat. Want to say thank you very much. You said, where in Oklahoma City? Give me a second here. Let me pull it up. So if you want to know, I want you to be able to show up. So give me a moment here. Let me pull up my email. But Dana Brockaway from the NAACP sent me, let me see if I can find it real quick. Here we go. If you're familiar with Oklahoma City, it's going to be on Classen and Western protests at 9:30 a.m. So if you're going to be there at 9:30 a.m., you got to be pretty close to Oklahoma City. But the protest tomorrow about the foster care system in DHS, and it's going to be on the corner of 5905 Classen Road and Western tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. 5905 Classen Road. So there you go. All right, let's continue to keep going with this particular story. Let's keep going. Now, again, they say that the police have been given conflicting stories, and you guys know that usually means that somebody is not telling the truth about what's going on with these babies. Somebody's lying. The question is, who do you guys believe is not telling the truth about where this baby is? So let me unpack the story. That little boy's name is King Hill. He was 2 years old, and he was last seen at 9:50 a.m. on Tuesday at 31st and Page Streets in Philadelphia's Strawberry Mansion section. If you guys are familiar or wondering why Strawberry Mansion sounds familiar, well, that's because about 2 years ago, there was a little girl that was actually murdered in that area. So yes, if you guys have heard about this area before, then it seems to have to be an area of dysfunction, okay? Now, authorities issued a missing person alert for King on Thursday, but later that day held a news conference at which the Philadelphia police captain by the name of Mark Bergen said conflicting stories are hindering their search. And he said it comes down to one person saying she returned the child and one person saying that she didn't. Police have spoken to King's parents and the baby's babysitter. Bergman said King's babysitter told his stepfather she returned King to his mother, but King's mother said that she has not seen her son. I know that was a simple, small sentence, but let me repeat it again. The police chief said King's babysitter told his stepfather that she returned the baby to his mom. But the mom is saying that that did not happen. Please tell me y'all were able to follow what I just said. That's the biological mom. Mom said that that didn't happen. Mom has that skull tattoo on her chest and facial tattoos. Does that mean anything? Maybe I'm just nitpicking, but I just tend to think that people aren't good people if they have facial tattoos. It's just a personal opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm right. It's just a personal opinion. I just think people are crazy for face tattoos. It's just my personal opinion. If you guys did not catch that, the stepfather is involved, not the biological father. Hashtag, where is the father? They said that King's babysitter told his stepfather that the babysitter returned the kid to his mom, and the mom is saying that didn't happen. First and foremost, let's unpack this, and remember, don't get mad, don't flag the channel. Somebody in the chat said, I don't understand why people will flag this channel if they care about kids. That's my point, but people do it anyway. Let's unpack this. Mom has face tattoos. Mom has chest tattoos. You got to hear Mom's interview. Mom gave a short, brief interview, but I'll let y'all hear her talk and why I believe that maybe Mom isn't working a job. I could be wrong, but I just don't think that the mom is really out being productive in society. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying it's a personal opinion based on what I saw. Okay? I'm not saying anything is wrong with her. But why does the mom need a babysitter? A. Point B. Why is this kid... I don't understand. First of all, why did the mom need a babysitter? 2, why is the stepfather involved so much with this baby? And 3, where is the biological father? Those, I think, are 3 very important questions. Okay? Now, King's mom, and her name is Amber Hill. That's her name. Amber Hill is the biological mother, which is this lady. That's Amber Hill. That's the biological mom. And she said the last time she saw her son was early when she left him with his stepfather. Let me repeat that again. This lady, the mom, said that the last time she saw her son was when her son was with his stepfather. But when I keep going in this story, I think that you guys are going to find the fact that this man being in this kid's life is even more crazy because of the fact that they are currently not in a relationship together, which makes this even more weird. Why is your kid, if you're not in a relationship with this man, then why is your kid spending so much time with the man who is not the biological father of this kid? He's probably moved on in a relationship and doing some other things. It's no longer his responsibility. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm asking all the wrong questions. I don't know. Let me give a shout out to Southern Girl. Southern Girl, thank you so much. Send in a $20 super chat. So Southern Girl, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you very much for your donation. Said AFC with the thumb up emoji. Thank you for donating in the chat. Let me give a shout out real quick also to, let me make sure I can say your name, Janae. If Janae is in the chat, I did get your Cash App, and she sent in a very nice Cash App and said, for the babies, with 3 blue heart emojis. And I like those heart emojis when y'all send them, ladies. Thank you. Thank you so much, Janae, if you're listening. Thank you for that. Now, let's keep going. In a statement, the Philadelphia police say that he was last seen the morning of July the 7th, which was exactly 7 days ago to this date. However, at a press conference, King's mom said that the last time she saw her son was in early June when she dropped him off with his stepfather. Let me repeat that. His own mom said that the last time she saw her son was in June. So who has custody of this baby? Why would the stepfather have custody of this baby? Were they married? Did they get a divorce? Did she lose custody? If she lost custody, then why did she lose custody? If she has custody, why are you letting your own son, your own flesh and blood, spend so much time with a man who is not the biological father and has no what do you call it? He has no responsibility to this kid. It's not his kid. It is not his kid. Thank you. That's an entire month. That makes no sense. And if it doesn't make sense, where there's smoke, there's usually what? There's usually a whole lot of fire. The mom said, I miss him a lot. Amber Hill said in an interview with the local news station NBC 10, they were looking at me like I did something to him, but I would never do nothing to none of my kids. I must say that again. She said, I would never do nothing, which is a double negative, but she meant I would never do anything to any of my kids. How many kids does she have? Why do you have so many kids with no biological father around with face tattoos? I'm just asking a question. These are things that I think are pertinent as far as finding out where this baby is. Can somebody put a hashtag babies for benefits in the chat? Huh? Are y'all confused like I'm confused? Because I'm completely confused. By the way, if y'all would click the thumbs up, share the stream, let other people know that we are live. Let me say thank you to people who have already clicked that thumbs up. So I appreciate that. Okay? Now, Hill told NBC 10 the stepfather, hashtag not the biological father, but the stepfather texted her earlier this week saying he left the baby with a babysitter she doesn't really know. According to police, the babysitter says she dropped King off with his mom, but the mom insisted that that never happened. Somebody is not telling us the truth, and that's according to the Philadelphia police captain, Mark Bergman, said during a press conference. Because the babysitter is saying that she returned the child to the mother, and the mother is saying, no, that did not happen. Let me tell you why I think that's weird. Some of y'all are saying y'all are confused in the chat. I swear to you guys, I'm confused too. Because if we're going to believe her and say that this didn't happen, it seems like this mom didn't want this kid in her house. If you haven't seen your own kid in a month. You said, how are face tattoos pertinent to finding the baby? I just told you it's not pertinent. I said it was my personal opinion. You can rewind it and listen to it if you missed that. I do have the rewind button on. Just rewind it. I said it's my personal opinion. I think people who have face tattoos are crazy. That's what I said. I think I speak slow enough that most people understand. I'm not from New York. I don't speak fast. I'm from the South. I speak kind of slowly. Most people can understand what I'm saying. It's a personal opinion. It doesn't mean all, and it doesn't mean everybody that got face tattoos are bad people. I just think that there are a lot of bad and crazy people with face tattoos. I hope that I'm wrong about the mom. I hope the mom is sane, and I hope that she's not crazy. I hope that she's responsible, and I hope that she's not found out to be lying in this story. Right? The baby is 3 foot tall and he's 32 pounds. He has a thin build, light brown complexion, brown eyes, and black hair. He was last seen wearing an orange and tan striped shirt. khaki cargo pants, gray hooded sweatshirt, and sneakers. That was what the baby was last wearing. But here's where it starts to get a little deep. So hopefully you guys are strapped in. Strap yourselves in. Here's where it gets crazy. Investigators could be seen searching for clues in the neighborhood Thursday morning. Thursday evening, detectives searched a location near 53rd and Montgomery in Winniefield. Sources told the news the location is the home of the babysitter. So they searched the babysitter's home, the unnamed babysitter. A woman who did not want to be identified told the news the missing child looked familiar. That's where we have to pause. That's where we have to pause. I'm going to say that again. They asked her about this kid, and the so-called babysitter said, the child looks familiar. That's the face tattoo I'm talking about on the screen right there. That one. That one. You see it? That one? If y'all can't see that, maybe I'll blow it up for you. I'll take a moment. Since we're live, I can do this. Hold on. I'll blow it up for you if you can't see it. For those who might be visually impaired, can you guys see the face tattoo now? Maybe I had to blow it up for you. Do I need to make it any bigger, or can y'all see that? Can you see it? I thought the pictures were big enough. Just saying. Not only is there that picture, but there's that picture with more face tattoos and that one. It's just a personal opinion of mine. Okay? Now, the babysitter said that the child looked familiar. But let me ask you guys a common sense question for all the common sense people in the chat. How does this child look familiar if you're the babysitter? Shouldn't you know this kid like pretty well? What babysitter do you know where you just leave your kid with just any random babysitter? Like, does that make any sense? How would a babysitter not be familiar with a kid? Somebody please talk some logic to me right now. Anybody. Your boy DJ Just J might be a little bit slow. I might be slower than a bottle of molasses in a freezer. But I'm just curious. How do you have a babysitter who does not know the kid? Strike number 2. Strike number 1 is leaving your kid with the quote unquote stepfather. Strike number 2, the babysitter is saying, I don't really know the kid, saying that he looked familiar. She also said there was a party there not too long ago, and I seen that kid running around. I definitely seen that baby. She meant saw, but she said, I definitely seen that baby. Now, the toddler's grandmother by the name of Kimberly Hill told Action News that King's stepfather had the boy since the end of May of this year. That baby. Damn. Can y'all smell that? Damn. Ooh. Stinks in here. Can y'all smell that? Ooh. Smell like bullshit in here. Ooh. Golly. Oof. I need some air freshener up in here or something. Sheesh. Y'all, does it smell bad in here to y'all? Do y'all smell something that just smells foul about this whole story? Huh? The grandmother by the name of Kimberly Hill said that this 3-year-old boy, his stepfather had this boy since the end of May. So a logical mind would have to wonder, why doesn't the biological mother, Amber Hill, have her own kid? Let alone the biological father having the kid. Do y'all understand where I'm coming from? These are questions that the news stations can't ask. But I'm just a person that gives commentary on my channel. I believe I have the right to ask those questions. Do I not? We're live. Y'all let me know. Do I have the right to ask these questions? Something doesn't sound right, and I think I have the right to ask questions. Why? That's what the police are going to do. They're going to ask, why? If you have multiple kids, where are your other kids? And if you have other kids, why can't you contain and hold on to this one kid? But you didn't, because you hadn't seen your kids since June. But now we find out from the grandmother that the stepfather had this kid since May. Is your mind blown yet? Huh? Do y'all hear me? Is anybody's mind blown out there right now? I didn't want to miss that. Let me give a shout out. Miss Jessie, if you are in the chat, said thank you for doing the work for these babies. And she sent in a very nice $25 super chat. So if you are listening, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Also, thank you, Kimberly Stewart. I got your Cash App. Said, this story is crazy, Jay. Stay true to who you are, and I will. Thank you, Kimberly Stewart. Also, thank you, Janae R., if you're listening out there, as well as, let me see here. Who else? Did we miss anybody else? If I did, I'll catch you here in a minute. But let's keep going, because my mind is just blown at this point. Absolutely insane. Also, Sheila Cherry. I needed to shout out Sheila Cherry a few times. But Sheila, if you're listening, I want to say thank you again. The grandmother, Kimberly Hill, said that this baby had been with his stepfather, not his biological father, since the end of May. People want to inbox me and tell me that I have my facts wrong, but that's the grandmother, blood related, is speaking on this. Are you going to tell me that the grandmother is lying? Even the mom, the biological mom, said that she hadn't seen her kid since June. Why have you not seen your own child and the child is with the stepfather since June? And I told you guys, I think it's crazy how these women, not all women, but these women, these type of mothers, it's crazy how everybody can have access to these kids except for the biological father. The stepdad can see the kids. The boyfriends can see the kids. The dude that she just met last night at the club can see the kids. The neighbors can see the kids. The godmothers can see the kids. People at the grocery store can see the kids. Everybody else can spend time with these babies, not pay any kind of child support. But because a man either A, doesn't pay child support, or B, just because you don't like him, don't get to see his own kid, but you'll let everybody else see your kid, and now the kid is missing. And now we supposedly don't know where this freaking baby is. How does any of that make any sense? All I'm saying is if you're going to make these choices in life as mothers, as caretakers, as the custodial parents, then all I'm asking you to do is just do stuff that makes sense. This doesn't make any sense. Let's keep going, shall we? Now, the stepfather was supposed to drop the baby off at the mom's house in 2 weeks for the toddler's birthday. Oh my God. Oh, Lord. Let me read that again. The stepfather was supposed to drop this baby off at his biological mother's house in 2 weeks for his birthday. Instead, the mom got a text message from the stepfather that set off a search for her son. The stepfather said that a babysitter had dropped off the baby to her. She gets a text saying, "Did you get the baby?" She dropped him off at 33rd and Diamond. That's the first time we heard of this babysitter, quote unquote. I don't know who this woman is, according to Kimberly Hill, who is the grandmother. Now, how many of you guys believe that there is no babysitter? Have you guys ever watched the movie The Matrix? When they say there is no spoon, it's an illusion. How many of you guys believe there is no spoon? How many of you guys believe that there is no babysitter? There is no babysitter. I think it just stinks to high hell. Simply Shell sent in a $1 super chat and said, "Nope, thank you." I agree with you. Thank you for sending in that super chat, by the way. None of this makes any sense. I told y'all, every one of these stories has some type of crazy ring to it. But let's keep going. The grandmother says that she does not believe the stepfather had anything to do with this baby's disappearance. But if this kid was in his custody, if he accepted custody of this kid, then as an adult, as a law-abiding citizen, then you have to be a responsible person for the well-being and caretaking of this kid. And if this kid is missing on your watch, then you should be held accountable. You better make this babysitter talk or something. Somebody better get to talking. But anybody who has information on this baby's whereabouts is asked to call Special Victims at 215-685-3257 or just call 911. That's easy enough for you. Let me go ahead and give you guys the fair usage and let me show you the news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, and if you guys are listening, make sure you click that thumbs up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the news videos. Let's get it. Matter of fact, let me take a pause real quick. Said, "We are in a demonic time more than ever. Children are being harmed and disappearing more and more now these days." Yvonne, I agree with you. And I also want to say, Yvonne, thank you so much for your message and your $10 super chat. Thank you for that. And anybody else, if you guys want to participate and if you want to share in a message or if you just want to support the platform, you could do Cash App and PayPal, which I get 100% of that, or you could put in a nice, cool message and it'll show up on the screen there in the super chat. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. All right, let's go.
Developing today, police are stationed at the Strawberry Mansion home of a missing toddler. Investigators say the 2-year-old little boy was last seen by his mother.
Let me see. Addie, did you send me a message? You know what? I missed Soldier Girl too. I'm sorry about that. I missed Addie and Soldier Girl. So Soldier Girl said justice. So Soldier Girl, if you're listening, sweetheart, I did not mean to skip you over. Guys, y'all know I am really bad about this chat sometime. I am so sorry about that. So Soldier Girl, thank you very much. And Addie, if you are listening, sweetheart, I did miss your message and I'm sorry about that. And I want to say thank you as well, Addie. So I appreciate that. Sorry about that. But y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. Don't charge it to my heart. Charge it to my head. Don't charge it to my heart. Charge it to my head. All right? Let's go ahead. Let's keep going.
Developing today, police are stationed at the Strawberry Mansion home of a missing toddler. Investigators say the 2-year-old little boy was last seen by his mother 2 days ago, and now neighbors are fearing the worst. Eyewitness News reporter Trang Do is at the home. She's got the very latest. Trang.
Natasha, we've just gotten word from police that within the hour there will be a news conference related to this child's disappearance. As you mentioned, I am at the home where the child was last seen. This is Page Street near 31st. Now, there's been an officer stationed out here since early this morning, and I'm told detectives spent the day interviewing people involved with the child's care.
We found out that the baby was missing. All night we've been worrying about him, and we've been praying for the family.
This is 2-year-old King Hill. Police say he was last seen Tuesday just before 10 a.m. at his mother's home on Page Street near 31st Street in Strawberry Mansion. At this point, it is not clear who might have the boy, but police believe his disappearance is related to a custody dispute. Neighbor Sheila Ward.
A custody dispute? Oh my goodness. So there you go, guys. There's a motive. I'm going to back that up. I'm going to let y'all hear that again. And I know y'all might not be able to hear these people doing these interviews properly because they feel like they could do interviews with masks on. I don't know how the hell you're supposed to do that. Would y'all like it if I did the shows, if I put my mask covering on my face and do the whole shows with the anyway. So this is over a custody dispute. So how did the mom lose custody to the stepfather? What? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's go, man. Let's keep going.
Last seen Tuesday just before 10 a.m. at his mother's home on Page Street near 31st Street in Strawberry Mansion. At this point, it is not clear who might have the boy, but police believe his disappearance is related to a custody dispute.
A custody dispute. Go figure. Thank you, Dre the Dream. Dre the Dream said motive 101. Miss Niecy sent in a $5 super chat and said, when I get my PayPal working, we'll be using it. But I'll tell you, Miss Niecy, you've been doing awesome. And just however you can contribute, I'm always honored no matter how you send it, okay? So thank you for that. I want to say thank you. So yes, there's your motive.
Neighbor Sheila Ward was visibly distraught this afternoon, telling Eyewitness News the entire block is praying for the toddler's safe return.
I just hope whoever has little King, please bring him home. His family, we all miss him, and we need this little boy to come back home safe.
King is described as 3 feet tall, 32 pounds with a thin build, light brown skin, brown eyes, and black hair. And police have just updated that description to include the child's clothes. He was wearing an orange and tan striped shirt, khaki cargo pants, and a gray hooded sweatshirt with sneakers. Now, anyone with information about the child's whereabouts is asked to contact 911 immediately. But for now, we're live from Strawberry Mansion. I'm Trang Do, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Welcome back, everyone. We continue to follow breaking news in the case.
I saw what y'all typed in the chat. Somebody said, how do you lose track of a 2-year-old? If you already have custody of this kid and you're supposed to be taking the kid back to the mom, you know what? Only thing I can think of is either the stepfather did something to this kid and the kid then something the worst that's probably happened, or the mom did get the kid back and the mom did something to the kid. But I tend to believe, in my personal opinion, I'm not putting anything on the mom, but I think that it's possible that the mom might have done something to the kid because the mom didn't have the kid since May, June, July. That's 3 months. If you didn't have your kid for 3 months, that type of thing messes with a woman's emotions. I could see that, because first of all, you would have to ask, why does she not have her kid for 3 months? Right? I'm just saying.
Of a missing toddler in Strawberry Mansion. At a press conference a short time ago, Philadelphia police say they believe the child could be in danger. Eyewitness News reporter Trang Do's following this story. She's got an update for us. Trang.
Well, Natasha, anytime a child goes missing, it is extremely troubling. However, due to the very young age of this child, police are especially concerned, though investigators say that everyone involved in the child's care is corroborating them. They have still not been able to locate this toddler. Take a look. These are newly released photos of 2-year-old King Hill. King is described as 3 feet tall, 32 pounds with a thin build, light brown skin, brown eyes, and black curly hair. He was reported missing by his stepfather stepfather late last night. Police say the boy had been in the care of his stepfather for the past several weeks, and his mother had not seen him, which they say was a normal occurrence. The stepfather told police that he gave the boy to a trusted babysitter who was a friend. That babysitter says she did return the child to his mother near the intersection of 31st and Montgomery.
That sounds like they might have sold this kid. That don't even make any sense, man. Everybody needs to be arrested. Everybody, the babysitter, the stepfather, and the mom. I'd say arrest them all. Arrest them all until the story comes out. Put a hold on them. Put a special hold on them when you have a kid that's missing until this kid is found. I'd say put a jail hold on all of them, arrest them all. What do y'all think about that? Let's keep listening.
The child was in the care of a baby.
Guys, we are sitting at 159 thumbs up. If y'all would click that thumbs up, that'll help us out quite a bit. But thank you to everybody who's already done it. But make sure you guys click that thumbs up.
He had hired. The babysitter advised the stepfather that she had returned the child to the mother. However, that's being disputed by the mother. The biological mother is claiming that she did not return the child to her. At this point in time, we have no idea where the child is. So we're very aggressively investigating this to find out where the child is.
Now, police want to put out the description one more time of his clothing. He was wearing an orange and tan striped shirt, khaki pants, and a gray hooded sweatshirt, as well as sneakers. If you spot this child or know of his whereabouts, police are urging you to call 911 immediately. For now, we're live from the Special Victims Unit. I'm Trang Do.
Sheila said maybe the biological dad was fighting for custody and she left the baby with her ex-boyfriend. So far, nobody has made any mention of the biological father, but if the biological father is out there, or if anybody that lives in the Philadelphia area, if y'all know anything about this story, make sure you guys share this stream, share it with somebody else. Y'all could always get in touch with me, and we'll try to get you guys some information, or at least get you a platform where you could speak and tell us what you think is really going on. Also, Ms. June Bennett says that you can contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 800-843-5678. And thank you for sharing that. I truly appreciate that.
CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Trang, thank you so much for that breaking update. We appreciate that. We're back.
Local residents are joining efforts to find a missing Strawberry Mansion toddler. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Davis joins us from police headquarters with more on the man who organized today's search. Kimberly?
I wasn't quite sure what you were saying, Marilyn. Marilyn said, somebody know where that baby at podiatry. I'm not sure what podiatry is. With you. Oh, or you said I'm not sure what you were saying. With you, lock them all up so they can communicate with whoever got the baby. That's messed up. Why not treat them like a kid? Maybe I didn't understand what you were saying there. And if you can, like, oh, I know this is gonna make me sound like the grammar police. But if you can, when you make a sentence like that, if you could use a little punctuation, because I didn't catch what you were saying at all, Marilyn. And I don't mean any disrespect, but I didn't understand what you were saying.
Yuki, it's been nearly a week since that 2-year-old went missing. Residents in the community have stepped up.
Look at that, y'all. Sheila sent in another Cash App, and she said, she sent in some money and said, for find him, Jay, I'm about to pass out. Sheila, I love you and thank you so much. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, sweetheart, get you some rest. You can finish the rest of this story on the replay. But thank you for coming in and supporting it and knocking it out the park like you was Derek Jeter, man. I really appreciate that. So thank you so much for that. Let's keep going.
Their efforts to locate little King, and they're taking to the streets.
But we're speaking to everyone. We're leaving no stone unturned.
Last Wednesday, 2-year-old King Hill was reported missing by his stepfather. Nearly a week later, there's still no sign of the toddler after he was allegedly.
Thank you, Camila. I agree. She said a custody dispute. They are all involved in the baby's disappearance. That's why I say I think they all need to be locked up until the baby is found. I'm not saying like they need to do jail time, but I don't think they need to just be out and about just floating around. Because all this is going to do is give whoever actually did do something to this kid time to hide their evidence and cover up their tracks and come up with a solid alibi. I just don't like it.
Dropped off to his mother's home by the babysitter, a friend of the stepfather.
We have the babysitter saying she turned the baby over. We have the mother saying no, she did not.
It's a case of she said, as police work to get to the bottom of where little King is located. The community is doing its part to help.
I'm enraged that this community isn't enraged that a 2-year-old's been missing since Tuesday, right? I do what I do because I believe in the goodness of the community. I'm a community person.
Monday afternoon, Rick Ford organized a search for the toddler. The group searched for King in a trail near Strawberry Mansion, but still no sign of the child.
Anybody that hear my voice and know where that little kid is or done anything, please contact the police department so we can find out where 2-year-old.
And I'm not ignoring you guys. I can see y'all in there. Let me say what's up, Queen P, Kristen, Toy, Pauline, all of you guys, Keita from the Bay. Hey, shout out to the Bay Area. Y'all know what it is. But man, thank you guys so much for being here. If y'all would, pay it forward. First time here, so thank you very much. We've been doing this for a while, and we're the AFC. That means we're the Advocates for Children. This channel, this video is not a me thing. This is a we thing. We care about the kids, and we want to get justice for these babies. So we, as a collective, are going to talk about these stories, and we're going to try to figure out what we can do to try to make sure and make these things better for our babies. As a matter of fact, I'm going to throw this out there. After this video is over, if y'all will stay on the stream, I have a very special video that I'm going to show you guys that's a little bit violent, but there's somebody I want to get arrested for abusing a baby, and I have the videotape of it. That type of stuff is going to stop. These type of idiots that hurt babies is going to stop until we get them all arrested. I want y'all to understand me clearly. We're not going to stand for the abuse of children anymore. That's what we stand on. Let's keep going.
King Hill is.
King is black, 3 feet tall, 32 pounds, and has black curly hair. The toddler turns 3 at the end of the month.
I'm not going to rest until we get some answers.
Though there is not a reward being offered at this hour, police say state police and the FBI are now involved in this investigation. Contact police if you have any information that could find out where the toddler is.
Let me see. Marilyn said, okay, I said someone know where the baby is. Lock them all up so they cannot communicate with all the people that have the kids. Okay, that's what I thought you were saying. Thank you, Marilyn, and thank you for not taking offense to what I said. Because I know sometimes what I say can come off kind of wrong, but I thank you for not taking offense and just rewriting it so I can understand it. But thank you. I agree with you. It's the same thing. Do y'all have the BBB emojis in the chat? Does any channel members have access to post the Brittany Big Belly Bowens emoji in the chat? Because y'all know that she never got arrested, and she had a chance to not only make up this whole story about what her take was on the events that happened to her baby in Houston, Texas. If you guys don't remember that story, make sure y'all look that up. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. That was, I keep wanting to say Billy Simone Williams. I know it wasn't Billy. That was, hold on. Let me see if I can remember. Malia Davis. I just remembered. She had all of that time while she was out and about when her boyfriend had got arrested, and they were never able to find that kid until they found that kid dead. That's what this sounds like to me. The longer you let these people just roam the streets, the more that they have time to cover up their tracks. That's what I was trying to say. It reminds me of that lady's emoji that y'all see in the chat. That's the BBB emoji. If you are a channel member, you have access to be able to type that emoji in the chat. Malia Davis, yes. I don't know why I was drawing such a big blank right there. I'm sorry about that, but yeah. Arrest them all.
We're live outside of police headquarters. I'm Kimberly Davis, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Kim, thank you.
Developing right now at 10. Where is Little King Hill?
What's up, Kinshasa? What's going on? What up? What up?
This is what the 2-year-old looks like. He was last seen 2 days ago. Tonight, police made a plea for everyone to help bring him home. Kimberly Davis is live outside the Special Victims Unit with an update on this Strawberry Mansion toddler. Kimberly?
And police are asking for your help in locating that missing 2-year-old boy. Police tell us they are going to err on the side of caution and say he may be in danger.
At this point in time, we have no idea where the child is.
That's the devastating reality for the parents of 2-year-old King Hill. According to police, King's stepfather reported the child missing late Wednesday night after he hired a babysitter to watch him. Police say she's the stepfather's friend.
The babysitter advised the stepfather that she had returned the child to the mother. However, that's being disputed by the mother.
We're told he was last seen just before 10 Tuesday morning at his mother's home on Page Street near 31st Street and Strawberry Mansion. King is black.
I think if they do have some type of footage on camera, I think it'd be nice if the police would just tell us, like, hey, we're following some leads. We have some surveillance footage that might give us some leads as to where to, like, I would love to hear something like that if they have it, though.
3 feet tall, 32 pounds, and has black curly hair.
He was last seen wearing an orange and tan striped short sleeve shirt, tan cargo pants, a gray hooded sweatshirt, and sneakers.
Police say the story isn't lining up and are hoping to get to the bottom of what really happened.
Somebody's not telling us the truth.
King turns 3 years old at the end of the month, and Philadelphia police are hoping someone at home has information on his whereabouts to make sure he's able to celebrate that birthday.
Everybody's been cooperative so far. They have. Like I said, it just comes down to one person saying I returned a child, the other one saying no, she didn't.
Police are currently in the process of trying to obtain surveillance video to determine whether or not the babysitter actually dropped the child off to the.
True Blue, I'll respond to what you just said here in a moment. Let me give a shout out real quick. Kinshasa sent in a $10 super chat and said, just wanted to say hello to the AFC Matters family and Jay. Thank you, Kinshasa. Always showing some love. Got that pretty smile, man. Thank you, Kinshasa, for always finding it in your heart and in your budget to be able to contribute to the platform. Thank you for that. Now, True Blue said, and I don't know why that name True Blue sounds familiar. That sounds real familiar. I'll figure it out at some point. But anyway, said maybe the biological dad is deceased. Well, I tend to think that that's probably not the case. More times than none, these fathers either don't want to be in these kids' lives, and they're just like, look, you shouldn't have had the kid. I wanted you to have an abortion. And she like, you know what? I'm going to have this kid anyway. I could do it without you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to throw this lasso and tie it around your neck and catch you from a distance and take that child support from you. And you're going to do what I want you to do because I'm now mad at you. That's what a lot of women do. Not all women, but a lot. Shout out to the good women that don't do that type of thing, that don't believe in continue to just keep attaching a man to child support like that's supposed to be a good thing for the kids. It's a selfish thing. It's a stupid thing. But also, you could have a situation where the mom can choose to keep that man away from the kid if that kid is in her custody. But again, you're talking about the fact that the mom is going through a custody battle. With who, though? If the stepfather has had custody of this kid for the past 3 months. It just doesn't make it. None of this makes any sense at all. So I'm just responding to what you said just because it made me think about something when you said that. But most times it's usually either the man is on child support and he don't want to be in that kid's life. He didn't even want to have a kid, or he wants to be in the kid's life and he's being prevented from being able to see that kid.
Mother, we're live outside of the
Or if he lives in Chicago, then yes, I agree with you. He's probably dead. If you live in Chicago.
Special Victims Unit. I'm Kimberly Davis, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Kim, keep us updated. Thank you.
Now to a developing story. Philadelphia police are pleading with the public for information on this missing 2-year-old King Hill, and they say that they are leaving no stone unturned in their investigation. Dan Koob is at the Special Victims Unit where police held a press conference this afternoon. Dan, what can you tell us?
Well, Jess, police here at SVU say they still do not know the whereabouts of 2-year-old King Hill nearly a week since he has gone missing last Tuesday, and they say they are a growing concern. Now, he was originally reported missing by his stepfather a week ago on Tuesday, and in that report, he said a babysitter told him that he had dropped off baby King at her mother's house. The babysitter told police she left the baby with King's mother, a claim the mother has now denied to police. You'll remember police saying just a week ago that someone is lying in this case, and that does not seem to have been resolved to this point. But SVU tells us they've allocated several resources to this case and continue to work around the clock. Nobody in custody at this point. They did mention a witness reported seeing King on July 4th. That's a claim they are currently vetting. But they have not located the 2-year-old to this point and are appealing to the public for any additional information. No reward of any type has been offered.
Well, it's been a while now. You know, it's been almost a week since the child's been reported missing. It's been more than that since the child's been seen. So certainly I'm concerned. We remain very hopeful, that we'll return the child. And as I said, we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop looking until we find this child.
Now, SVU says missing children is their #1 priority. They are asking if you know any information about where this 2-year-old may be to please contact police. Live at SVU, Dan Koob, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Developing today, police are stationed at the Strawberry Mansion home of a missing toddler. Investigators say the 2-year-old little boy was last seen by his mother 2 days ago, and now neighbors are fearing the worst. Eyewitness News reporter Trang Do is at the home. She's got the very latest. Trang.
Natasha, we've just gotten word from police that within the hour there will be a news conference related to this child's disappearance. As you mentioned, I am at the home where the child was last seen. This is Page Street near 31st. Now, there's been an officer stationed out here since early this morning, and I'm told detectives spent the day interviewing people involved with the child's care.
We found out that the baby was missing. All night we've been worrying about him, and we've been praying for the family.
This is 2-year-old King Hill. Police say he was last seen Tuesday just before 10 a.m. at his mother's home on Page Street near 31st Street in Strawberry Mansion. At this point, it is not clear who might have the boy, but police believe his disappearance is related to a custody dispute. Neighbor Sheila Ward was visibly distraught this afternoon, telling Eyewitness News the entire block is praying for the toddler's safe return.
I just hope whoever has little King, please bring him home. His family, we all miss him, and we need this little boy to come back home safe.
King is described as 3 feet tall, 32 pounds, with a thin build, light brown skin, brown eyes, and black hair. And police have just updated that description to include the child's clothes. He was wearing an orange and tan striped shirt, khaki cargo pants, and a gray hooded sweatshirt with sneakers. Now, anyone with information about the child's whereabouts is asked to contact 911 immediately. But for now, we're live from Strawberry Mansion. I'm Trang Do, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, now, you guys have seen those videos. For the people we have here right now, we got 351 people watching. If we can get 100 more people to just click that thumbs up, I want to show you guys a video of the biological mom if y'all want to see that. I don't know if any of y'all want to see and hear what the biological mom has to say about this. I hope the AFC platform gets this baby back home. I hope so too, because I'm going to put the pressure on them for sure. Because I think that the police in Philadelphia need to arrest all 3 of these people under the guise that somebody knows something, and they should not have more time and more room to be able to further hide their footsteps. That needs to be a law when kids start to come up missing, when we know for a fact that there were at least 2 to 3 people that last saw this kid or last had custody of this kid. That's what I believe. So y'all want to see the video? I got to take a vote in the chat because I don't know how many of y'all actually want to hear the biological mom or not. And I'm going to blow it up on the screen. I'm going to make it kind of big for you guys. So y'all say y'all do want to see it? Oh, man. It's really short. It's only like 10 seconds. Okay. All right. I'll let y'all see it. I'm going to make it bigger on the screen so y'all can see it.
You know,
Now, the individual that you guys see on my screen, this is the biological mother by the name of Amber Hill. And Amber Hill is giving an interview to the news, which means she's giving her interview to a third party. That third party is going to show it on the news like they did. And if I report on it and I show the video, this falls under fair usage because I am now a fourth party, meaning they should not be able to legally do anything against me. Fair use. Let's get it.
you know, they were looking at me like I did something to them. I would never do nothing to none of my kids.
Let's hear it again.
You know, they were looking at me like I did something to them. I would never do nothing to none of my kids.
And matter of fact, she got more face tattoos than I thought she did. But like I said, it's just a personal thing. Let me play it again. And I want y'all to notice there are no tears. I don't know if that means anything or not. I'm not going to keep speculating since people want to be so extra sensitive about my opinion about what people are doing to their kids. Listen again.
You know, they were looking at me like I did something to them. I would never do nothing to none of my kids. You know, they were looking at me like I did something to them. I would never do nothing to none of my kids.
Does that sound familiar?
You know,
does that not sound like Malia Davis's mom, Brittany Bowens, Big Belly Bowens? Does that not sound like her? Exactly when she found out that her daughter was missing, does that not sound like her?
You know, they were looking at me like I did something to them. I would never do nothing to none of my kids.
I want to know, how many kids do she have? Nothing to any of my kids? How many kids do she have?
You know, they were looking at me like I did something to them. I would never do nothing to none of my kids.
Oh man, I don't know how many of you guys buy into that, but I'm just saying, me personally, it just doesn't sound right. Matter of fact, just for old time's sake, I'm gonna play that one more again. Let me play it one more time. And y'all just tell me what y'all think, man. This is crazy. I'm gonna play this for the recording portion. This is, again, is the biological mother, Amber Hill, and listen at what she has to say about her missing child.
You know, they were looking at me like I did something to them. I would never do nothing to none of my kids. You know, they were looking at me like I did something to them. I would never do nothing to none of my kids.
Well, I hear you, Mom. I hear you. I hear you. But let me close out by saying this. It's kind of hard for me to believe what you would and wouldn't do to your kids if you don't even have custody of your kids, and you haven't had custody of your kids for the past 3 months. The last time you saw your kid was 2 months ago. And then they supposedly tried to drop this kid off at your house, and you guys are going through a custody battle right now. There's a lot of incentive for a person who might be having some mental challenges to potentially do something bad to a kid, especially when you lose your kid, not even to the biological father, but you lose your kid to the stepfather. Meaning that could either be a dude that you were married to, but I don't know if this woman was married. Maybe she was, but if she was not married, then all that means is that she lost custody of her kid, or to her boyfriend, essentially, or her boyfriend just had custody of this kid. And if that's the case, then why did your boyfriend have custody of this kid? They said stepfather, so that's definitely not the biological father. Then on top of that, we have this so-called phantom babysitter that the boyfriend gave this story about, and supposedly they went to talk to this babysitter, and the babysitter said, I have no idea who this kid is. I want y'all to remember that. I'm gonna say that again. The boyfriend said, there is a babysitter that I gave this kid to. The babysitter took the kid to the mom, and then she was out. The mom is saying that didn't happen. But, there was a moment, and shout out to my brother Relationship Rehab. I don't know if he's listening, but I took that from him. But you have to remember that this so-called babysitter is saying that I have seen this kid before, but I don't really know this kid. Let me read what that statement said verbatim. A woman who did not want to be identified told NBC 10 that the missing child looked familiar. There was a party there not too long ago and I seen the kid running around. I definitely saw that baby. That's coming from the so-called babysitter. This story is crazy. Somebody is lying, and I think that there should be additional charges when we actually find out that a person is lying. There should be harsher penalties. Just say the same way that we do in Texas. Whenever somebody harms a kid at a certain age, we have this thing called the super aggravated laws. I think that more laws like that need to be adopted by other states, where when something heinous happens to a kid and you find out that people are lying and being disingenuous, I think that should equate to jail time. I think that should equate to things on your record like misdemeanors and felonies, in my personal opinion. But I hope that they find this baby. I hope that we can do an update on this story and find out what really happened, and hopefully this baby boy will get an opportunity to grow up to become something great. So to King Hill, put a prayer hands up in the chat, and we're going to pray that he is okay. We're going to pray that God is guarding this baby, and that this baby will be returned to us as society, and that he can grow up and become something great in this world. So we're going to hope that this will turn out to be a positive story. All right. This is your boy DJ Just Jay. We're the AFC, where we advocate for children first. Stay tuned to our channel. Please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. All right. We'll see y'all on the next video.